Hey guys, do you have kids in your life who love stories and you want an easy DIY to entertain them and to teach them? If so, stay tuned. Hey guys, Sarah here from Work Life Glue, where we talk about gluing work and life together one piece at a time. And today I'm going to be talking about making a felt board. I normally would do this for a daycare day video, but because this is a great idea for parents, stay-at-home moms, any kind of educator, any kind of caregiver, grandmas, grandpas, aunts, uncles, this is just a great DIY for little kids. It's very cheap and it's great for teaching and storytelling and all kinds of things. So I thought I would show you what inspired me and how to make your own. So if you've never heard of a felt board, or a flannel board is what they're also called, it's basically just a board wrapped in felt or flannel, and you just have pieces, they're usually made out of felt as well, that stick to the board, and they stick because felt sticks to felt. And so you can use these in a variety of ways. A very common one is for storytelling, like you can tell, you can do like the 5 monkeys jumping on the bed story or song and stick them up. 5 little monkeys, one fell off and bumped his head, and it's interactive. Or like the speckled frogs, you could do Goldilocks and the 3 bears, things like that. You can also use it for like teaching concepts, letters, numbers, shapes, counting, sounds, all kinds of stuff, or just for dramatic play. You can have dolls, doll shapes, and have kids, you know, you can make a dollhouse and put it on here and have them move the shapes around. It's very, has lots of possibilities of what you can do with this. As a childcare provider, I'm always looking for fun, easy, cheap ways to teach kids and to learn through play. And I was at a story time with my daughters at the library, and I have known about felt boards, but when I saw them pull out the felt board and they told the 3 little pigs story, the kids, who were all like running around and not really paying attention to the books and the songs before that, as soon as they got the felt board out and were putting the pieces on, the kids were just totally like in a trance watching. And I think that's for multiple reasons. One being that, you know, we don't often tell stories in this way, so it's just a fun, different way to tell a story. Also, it's more interactive because you're actually putting the pieces on, and it's fun because you're actually talking to the kids. You're not just reading words on a book, you're actually telling the story without reading something. And so you can add your own twist to it, and the kids are just more focused because they have never heard the story in that way. And you can even change things or have the kids come put up ones, or create your own story out of it. And it's just a really fun thing to do. And I am a former English teacher, so I obviously love stories and teaching literature and stuff like that, and this is a great way to do that. So that's why I wanted to make one for my daycare. But it's a great thing even for kids to just play on their own. Now, what makes my felt board a little bit different is when I was looking for pieces, I didn't want to actually buy felt piece sets, although you can find beautiful, really high quality printed felt pieces that are printed on the felt and cut out in the shapes. They are about $15 to $20 per set for each story. And I want to do a felt Friday with my kids in daycare. So I want to do it during the school year. So that's 40 different stories I want to do. And if I did 40 different stories times $20, you guys do the math. That's a lot of money that I didn't want to spend on this. So what I decided to do, you can print your clip art or your story pieces on transfer paper and then iron it onto felt if you want to go that route. But for me, that's still money because you have to buy the felt, you have to buy the transfer paper, and it's extra steps I didn't want to have to take, the ironing board, that kind of thing. So what I wanted to do instead was print them on regular paper and then laminate them and then have a way to stick them on the board. And I also want to do this for other reasons as well, because first of all, if a kid has a cold or something, I can easily wipe this down, sanitize it, whereas with felt, you could wash it, but you run the risk of it getting wrecked, which I didn't want. And these I could easily remake, which is a lot easier. And also, these hold up long term because they are laminated. Kids can play with them and they're not going to get wrecked as easily as fabric might get wrinkled or whatever, or like I said, get a lot of germs on it and stuff like that. So that's why I want to do it this way. It's just really easy. So basically all I did was made the board and then made the pieces. To make the board, all I did was buy a piece of felt at Hobby Lobby. It was $3.99 for a big 35 by 35 inch piece. They come in multiple colors. I picked black so that my pieces would show up a lot better, especially since I cut them on white paper. The white stands out against the black so the kids can see it better. And it's great for infants too because they like the high contrast colors. And then I used a canvas. Now you can use anything. You can use cardboard, poster board. I was going to use foam board. It comes in different thicknesses, and that would be a great lightweight option. You could even use a clipboard for a travel size, pizza boxes, you name it. But I decided to use a canvas because they were on sale at Michael's. They were 50% off, so I got a really big canvas for $10. And I wanted to use this because running a daycare, kids are rough on things. So because this is made out of canvas and wood, it's a lot heavier duty. And it's very strong, so it's not going to break as easily, and it's going to hold up over the years, which I really like. So all you're going to do is lay your canvas on your felt. After you iron it, I iron my felt very lightly just to get the creases out, and then I laid my canvas on top, and I just hot glued around the edge, cut the corners, made sure the corners laid down nice, and then I just cut the extra fabric away, and this is what I was left with, and it works really well. And now to get the pieces to stick, I just use, you can use felt because it sticks to itself, but you can also use coarse sandpaper, and that's what I use. So this is how I actually made it. So for your felt board pieces, what you're gonna need if you're not going to be actually making felt pieces out of felt where you use the iron-on transfer, and I can put a link in the description below to that tutorial. But if you want something a little bit easier that probably is using a lot of things you have on hand already, especially if you do daycare, you probably have a laminator. You're just going to want your laminator, some laminating pouches, I'll put a link to those below, and then sandpaper is what's going to affix them to the felt board, and then just some cutouts that you want to have as your pieces. So I have a bed and some monkeys, and this was a free printable. I'll leave a link to this one below. And then I have, oops, the monkey got over here, and then I have the 5 speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log eating their most delicious bugs, yum yum. I have that one as well. So I'm just going to laminate these, and then I will show you how I'm going to attach the sandpaper. So once you have your pieces cut out, you're just going to take some coarse sandpaper. I use 80 grit. Comes in these big packs, and you're just going to cut out little pieces. You can cut a strip and then cut them down to little squares to fit behind your pieces. And then I just am using tacky glue. You could also probably use hot glue, or even maybe Mod Podge or something like that to get them to stick, or even double-sided tape might work. They just won't hold up as well. You also can use felt. I tried both. I will show you guys. Here I just glued felt, and here I glued sandpaper. They both will stick. It's just your preference of which one you want to do. I'm just going to do the sandpaper, and I'm just going to glue a piece of these onto each of my piece, and my little pieces will be done. As far as the actual clip art goes, that was a lot harder to find, because if you search felt board pieces or felt story pieces, you're going to find either the actual pre-cut already made pieces, or you're going to find templates for how to cut out pieces yourself and glue like different colored felt pieces together, which is awesome, but I just don't have the time for that or the patience. Or you just may find nothing. It's really hard to find this. So what I ended up doing was searching on like Teachers Pay Teachers and Etsy for just story clip art, and then I found a bunch of resources. A lot of them you pay for, but for me it's a little bit of an investment to last years and years of fun for the kids. So I will put all the links to all the ones I found, including some free resources as well, so you guys can find clip art to print out to use for your flannel board. And you can do all kinds of stories. I plan to do the Aesop's Fables I found, as well as like the 3 bears, the 3 little pigs, Hansel and Gretel, those classic like fairy tales and stories. You can also do nursery rhymes if you want. They're a lot shorter, but the kids might like to see that as well. And these are kind of like nursery rhymes. You can do Itsy Bitsy Spider, all those kinds of things. Or you can even make up your own. There's all kinds of clip art out there you can find. You can make up your own stories. You can do like class rules and print out pictures, clip art of the rules for your class and talk about that. There's all kinds of ways to use this that I absolutely love. So I'll put links to all the resources I'm going to be using in the description below so you guys don't have to spend hours trying to find the best ones like I did. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys use a felt board or if you plan to make one. And I wanted to get this video out in time for Christmas as well. In case you're looking for something pretty simple you can do as a DIY gift, this would be great for little kids. I think they would love it. And you can easily find some free pieces or get little paper dolls and laminate them and use them. That would be super cool too for the kids. I hope you guys like this video. Let me know if there's any other tutorials you want me to do, and I'd love to know if you end up making your own. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye guys.